The career I would have if I wasn't modeling would be...
You. Well, that's what I'm trying to figure it out because it's not going to be modeling in a few years. So I'm not sure. In the beginning, I really wanted to be an architect, but then life happened and I met a few architects and I realized I do not want to be one. So now I have this agriculture business with my dad, which is really exciting.
What do you do for that?
We have 200 acres of passion fruit. And it's been amazing. It's a process that takes about, we've had it for maybe a year and a half, and the life of the plant took about 8 months to grow, and just everything that you learn from the whole process is so beautiful. So now I'm actually going towards that direction a little bit, which is interesting because it has nothing to do with what I thought I wanted in life.
When you're not working, what's your favorite thing to do?
It changes a lot. As for now, because I've been traveling so much, I love sleeping.
Don't we all?
It's terrible, but yeah.
That's great.
Sleeping is one of my hobbies.
What was the last book that you've read?
Oh, last book. I'm actually reading one right now, and it's a collection of short. Sorry, I'm mixing Spanish and English all the time, it's terrible. But it's a collection of short stories by Borges, which is one of my favorite writers. He's a Spanish writer. Actually, he's not Spanish, but he's a Latin writer, I guess. And he's known for his narrative is really good. So it's basically books about nothing, but the way that he tells the story is so awesome.
So who's your favorite author?
I really like Borges, but I really like Garcia Marquez. I'm really hooked into Latin literature. I just love the romanticism of the language. And so Garcia Marquez would probably be it.
What are you most passionate about?
Passionate. I don't know. Passion is a very interesting question because I think it changes a lot. Especially when you move environment a lot, you learn that things have passion for a certain amount of time, and then once you discover it and you conquer it, you have to move on. So my passion as for now is this project that I had with my dad. It takes a big part of my time, and also I have this other project also in the Dominican Republic in which we work with kids. So it's we're working with education for kids, and that I guess is the description of passion itself because it only can come out of passion to do such a thing. And the group that I'm involved with this project is really cool. So I guess those two things will be my passion at the moment. But as I say, it's just interesting how in life things changes and then your interest changes along.
My one simple pleasure in life is...
Coffee.
How often do you drink coffee?
Not as often as a freak. Like, I'm not crazy about it. It's not like I'm completely addictive. My coffee today. But I just love the process of coffee. In the Dominican Republic, we use a lot the Italian version of the coffee. So you have the machine that is like the bottom, you put water and then the coffee in the middle.
French press.
Is that the French press? No, I don't think
No?
so. The French press is the huge machine that I don't think would be very practical, and I don't know if I could manage it. But this one is the tiny one that you put on the stove. And the whole thing about it is that it's a ritual that I have in the mornings when I'm at home. Also, I guess I also associate it with being home because it's something that I cannot really do in a hotel.
Yeah.
And it's just the sound that it makes and the smell. It makes me happy instantly. That's like one thing, like a good book and a good cup of coffee will make me happy no matter what, isn't it?
The best advice my mother ever gave me was...
My mother. Funny. She's a really funny lady. My mother told me there is a reason why I only had you, so you figure it out.
That's funny.
Yeah.
Who's your greatest role model?
Role model. I also have a problem with role models because I think my mom was obviously was for a long time. I think we tend to do that, but then you discover they're humans. And I guess it's funny because when you're little, you idealize them within their gut and they cannot do anything wrong at all. No, doesn't matter if your mom killed someone, she had to kill them, you know. She had to. But then I guess you go to a phase that you're like, you know what, they make mistakes as well. So I'm not big on role models, really.
Because they're humans.
Because they're humans. It's like
Yeah.
you have good moments and then you have moments, the moments that are not so great. So I guess it just take away this whole idealizing people away when you realize they're just as human as you are, and they have good moments and then they have not so good moments just as you will. So that would be a hard question to answer, I guess.
The top 5 items on my bucket list are...
I want to go to Cuba so badly. So that'll be number 1 this year. Weirdly enough, they're kind of travel related. I really want to start traveling with my mom more. That could also be one. I want to take her to South Africa, to where I'm going in a month and a half. I'm so excited about that. So I guess Cuba, South Africa, bucket list. I want to do parachuting. I did bungee jumping once. You know, selling myself a little bit. Never will do it again, never. I thought I was gonna die. I would love to learn how do you say bucear? Like when you go under the water to see scuba diving. I would love to do that. What else? I would love to get lost in a big forest.
Why?
I don't know. I always had this fantasy. I read this book by Isabel Allende. It's called El Monte de los Peones. I might be saying that completely wrong. But I read it when I was maybe like 9. And the way she described this huge, wonderful forest in the Amazonias, ever since I've always been wanting to be lost in the Amazon. I know that makes no sense, and I'll probably be crying the first 5 minutes, and probably the rest until I get out of it. But I like the feeling I like the idea of it.
You seem pretty adventurous. Would you ever go skydiving?
Yeah, for sure. For sure. I'm trying to go, so I'm going to South Africa. I mean, it can be tricky though, because it's really windy. And this is also a little kind of twisted from my part. But if you are jumping from a plane, you don't know if you're gonna land, right? You're jumping. All you know is that you're gonna jump, and you hope that you land nicely. So if you're gonna jump from somewhere, first of all, you shouldn't do it. I think it makes no sense, really. But if you're insane enough to do it, you have to do it in a place where it was worth it. I remember one bungee jumping, and I did it in New Zealand, in the Auckland Bridge. And then, it was beautiful. It wasn't like mind-blowing though. So I was thinking to myself as I'm up there, if this is the last thing I see, that'll be so lame. That'll be so lame. If my mom has to explain to people that I died bungee jumping from an Auckland Bridge, that'll be so embarrassing for the poor thing. So I decided if I ever do something like this again, it has to be in a place that is like, just breathtaking. South Africa. I really don't have like suicidal instinct.
What is your proudest accomplishment?
What is it? I don't know if I can answer that fully. I think I'm very happy with whom I've become. A friend of mine asked me this really interesting question about just a few days ago, and he asked me, what would little Avril think about Avril now? And I told him, I think she would say she's very cool. That's extremely arrogant, it's true. But I am happy with what I've made mistakes for sure. But even those mistakes I'm kind of proud about because they took me to where I am now, and I wouldn't change much. Besides getting maybe a little lazy. So biggest accomplishment, I think it's just feeling good with myself. I think it's an accomplishment that you cannot have to accomplish very often because you go through phases that you make decisions that you're not so proud about, and then I think that kind of harms your self-esteem a little bit. And I think self-esteem is something so important for all of us to accomplish anything. It like comes first from this. So I think to feel comfortable enough with that huge, like, very important base, I think it's a big accomplishment.
Superpower I would most like to have is...
I would love to be able to do this and be somewhere.
Ooh.
Imagine all the things you would do.
Where would you go?
Oh my god, I have a list. You have no idea. Every time I go to a plane, you know how they have all these travel magazines and they take you through like a place, but they do a whole itinerary. I see myself in it. Imagine you can just do this. It would be amazing. Plus, imagine all the things you could do.
Where would you go first?
First, right now we'll go to see my mom. I'm like a little homesick today. So I'll probably go and like, hey mom, I'll probably freak her out. Like, where did you come from?
Yeah, I snapped my fingers.
You know, I would love to do that.
If you could be one superhero, who would it be?
I don't like superheroes. I think they're overrated, to be honest. Really. I mean, come on. You're a superhero. I have a problem with this. You know, I love this question of like, who do you prefer, like Batman or Superman? Like, who would you prefer? Batman or Superman? Let's be honest, like Batman is this guy with like this really tight suit that flies everywhere. It's like the concept is completely come on,
uncomfortable.
Like, really. And then the other one is just a brag. It's like this guy with lots of money. But at least this one is a guy with lots of money. It's like most likely, right? So I guess I will be Batman. But you know what? I will be the Joker. That's the real hero. But no, I will be the Joker. Like imagine like this city. What's the name of the city in Batman?
Gotham City.
This city is so decadent. At least like it's so decadent, so weird. Like the whole mentality. Batman wants to save this city, but the city is not to be saved. At least the Joker is aware of it. I'll be the Joker.
The smart one.
Yeah. No, I don't think it's smart, but at least it's like cool, and he's got a cool suit.
What is your biggest fear?
Fear. I have fear of forgetting. To forget it, I think is a big fear for me. I mean, it could be from a very little perspective of just forgetting good memories, towards like a bigger scheme in just like losing my mind. I think that would be the worst thing that could happen. Yeah.
If you won the lottery tomorrow, what would you do?
I've spent hours thinking about this. I've spent days thinking about it. I would definitely stop working. And I would just travel with my mom and my friends. I will rephrase the whole thing. I will probably do exactly what I'm doing, but with my crew around. Because imagine, I go to so many amazing places and I meet amazing people, which is the greatest part of my job by far. Imagine I could do that with people you're meeting cool people, but then you have your people around as well, and give them the opportunity of experiencing such things. That would be cool. That would be really cool.
Awesome. That was great. Thank you so much.